Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam. Welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be all about your boss, your coworkers, your career, anything that's work related for you. If you're not working and you do like school related type things or projects such as fundraisers or that kind of jazz, then you are still in the right place. Remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or it is simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. No matter how you look at that, it is healthy and you are, again, in the right place. So welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. I'm just showing you all the decks that we're going to use today. We're going to use probably all of them because my Easter time decks are my favorites, some of my favorites, and so I want to make sure that we use them at least a few times on camera before I lock them away. I've been using them at work this whole time, but be really careful with this deck. It gets counterfeited a lot. Make sure that it comes with a certificate and that it comes in this hard box and not just like a card deck box. Okay. I got this on Etsy, I believe. This one also gets kind of counterfeit a lot, but you can find it in more mass-produced places. But it has a nice hard cover box as well. So, anywho, buyer beware, I guess. These ones and this deck here, I don't have a box for. I got them from the same Etsy seller. So let me see if they have something on here. Here we go. And then if you look them up by title, I think this was just called the Rabbit Tarot. Yeah, they came in a set. So, and then I have these ones up here. This is an easy to find deck. And this deck here. What's this one? Okay, and then the first box that I showed you guys was this one here. Okay. All right, so your boss, your coworkers, we'll probably do some animal spirit energy to make sure that you're in the right groups, things like that, and then we'll see you. Oh, wait, I gotta show you your charms. Okay, here we go. Group 1, if you want to choose by my little rabbit necklaces that I have. This is jackalope. If you've never seen a jackalope before, it's a little mythological creature that's a little rabbit with antlers. His antlers are very huge. They're not normally that big in the wild, if he existed. And kids in the areas where I grew up, I'll cop to it later and say that they believed that he was real at one time, and I did too, for about 2 whole seconds. So, okay. Group 2, you are these 2 little mechanical bunnies. They come in a set. Group 3, you're this little guy right here. And group 4, there you go. Okay. Pause if you actually still need time, but we'll see you in your individual readings. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello, group 1. So if you picked jackalope, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Reasons that you picked jackalope could be that you're just like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that, or I have heard of that, and that's why I picked it. Let me know if you've heard of jackalope in the comments section. That would be fun. Okay, I'm going to start with Oracle, even though I'm shuffling your tarot. Let's go ahead and take a look. kind of want to get an energy check with you and just make sure you're in the right group. And then I'm going to get some energy for your boss and coworkers over here. Then I'm going to get some energy about like just the workplace as a whole in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to get your stuff first, Spirit. So group 1, please. And I apologize if I sneeze in advance. I get group 1, boss and coworkers, please. And can I get group 1's overall work energy? Okay. Okay, group 1's luck. It's way too many. We're going to start with boss, coworkers. It's funny, this is not an Easter deck, but you got a rabbit and an egg. So if you're watching this right around Easter time, that's just double confirmation that you're in the right spot. Or if Easter's your favorite, or if you have a connection to rabbit spirit, or if you have pet rabbits, or if you just like rabbits. Oh, and I like this one for your overall work. Okay. Group 1's energy, please. Their energy check-in. Okay. It's going to be one of those days. Okay, boss and coworkers, please. Boss first. And coworkers. Okay. And overall work and career energy. Thank you. The home card flashed out to me as I was just resetting these together, just in case that speaks to anyone in some way. Group 1's energy check-in, please. Their boss and coworkers. And overall energy. And this is going to be advice. Boss and coworkers advice. You've got 1 for boss and 2 for coworkers. There might be more than 1 coworker we're looking at here. And overall, oh goodness, work energy. All right, group 1. You always end up being the longest group here. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. We're going to look at you first and make sure you're in the right group. These will also give you hints if you're in the right group as well, and then we'll get into your tarot. Just about what to expect and where things are going and whatever comes up in this energy. Okay, I want to start with your animal. Spider. 56 may be significant to some of you for some reason. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. So I feel like you've been spinning your reality with this work. You've worked hard to cultivate where you've come from and where you are now, etc. and so forth. Your job means something to you. It's a big deal. You've been there a long time. Some of you maybe like long enough that you've got like decorations up in your office and it would be a pain to move your office even. That kind of energy. You're part of the community there. You may work with your hands building things specifically, or this could be just a metaphor for building success for yourself. You know, all that good stuff. And I feel like you've had to work on your toes. Like I feel like there's some kind of, how do you say, competition around or people you have to watch your back around. That's kind of coming through for some of you. Maybe not all, but for some. And others, you might be very solitary because some spiders live very solitary lives. Okay, moving on. If that resonates with you, confirmation that you're in the right place. Let's keep going. This one is a good hint of who we are, where we are. Okay. Clarity, if you're looking for clarity today, obviously, but it feels like you've been wanting clarity over your job for a very long time. Like maybe you're wondering if you should move on. You wish you had a crystal ball to see if things are going to get better. Some of you feel that way. If it would just get better, then you would stay. But if it's not going to get better, maybe you should leave. And if you're going to leave, you need to leave now. Like those kinds of energies are coming through for sure. Okay. But I also feel like your guides are giving you these cards to show you that you are going to get the answers that you need today. So that was a vibe that I have coming through for you. So if you're resonating with that, you're in the right spot. Okay, you might just really like spiders. You might use crystal balls in your own divination practices, whatevs. If you feel like you're in the right place, you're in the right place. Let's see some more here. We have shooting star. Legend has it that a shooting star is a soul ascending to heaven, having been released from purgatory. Seeing one means you can make a wish and a lucky life experience is around the corner. If you see the star to your right, it's lucky. But if you see the star to your left, it's unlucky. So turn around quickly. In Chile, you must pick up a stone when you see a shooting star. And in the Philippines, you should tie a knot in your hanky to ensure your wish comes true. I always say that if you have a specific belief about stars, like I've never heard the unlucky part, you know, it was like a shooting star is a shooting star and it's lucky and you make a wish where I come from. You know, look up your heritage, look up your, you know, lore with shooting stars and just see. It might just be that the shape of the star might be something that's significant for you that your guides want you to pay attention to, a way that they communicate with you, something that you've seen that you have been kind of reflecting on, perhaps. Let's look at these bunny rabbits here. 20. Cellar. Some of you have been clearing out your cellar recently. These might just be confirmation that you're in the right group. They could be very specific. Some of you, I feel, have a child. Maybe your child was helping you. Some of you might can your own vegetables. Some of you might have a cellar that looks like this. The number 20 might be significant to you. Some of your children might be 20 years old, or you might be 20 years old and have a child. Anything that speaks to you with that. Library. Yeah, there's that child vibe again. Some of you have kids. Some of you have a very strong attachment to reading with books. You might be a librarian yourselves. You might be a teacher. You might just have an affinity and love to read. Some of you might be more into reading physical books than reading them online or listening to them like I do. I just started a book and I fell asleep while I was listening to it. That's the problem with doing audibles. Okay. 24 rain. Some of you, yeah, again, it might be kind of like having like, you want somebody to tell you what to do about your job. That's something that's definitely coming through. Some of you might have a really close friend that's very different from you, but you're very close. And you wish that they were here. Some of you wish they were here to tell you what to do. So maybe some of you have a friend like that that's passed or you can't be around them. Not everybody. These are just energy check-ins, y'all. Okay. On we go. And 50 dreams. Some of your guides are speaking to you through your dreams. Some of you might be like, what is that? A Capricorn, or is it Sagittarius? The little goats in astrology. I know I say it over and over. I'm not an astrologist. Some of you might have a Chinese zodiac of the rabbit. You're going to see lots of rabbits today, though, because that's what I've got on my desk. Some of you might just like to quilt, or you have quilts like this on your bed. Just anything that sticks out to you to show you that you're in the right spot. Okay. Put that right here. Okay. Now, I'll look at the advice that your guides have for you. We have Sacred Circle, 34. 34 could be significant to you. This was number 50, in case you didn't see it. Library was 21, Cellar was 20, Rain was 24. Sacred Circle is 34. A dive into the depths of the unknown within beckons you your becoming. Yeah, like it feels like y'all want some change, or you're like at a jumping off place with your career. So you might be focusing on what's going wrong here. Some of you might have a necklace that kind of reminds you of this. Or some of you might even look like this lady here. I hate covering stuff up, but I must. Okay. Sad. I'm going to put this little cat in. I want to put your little friends here. Okay. All right. So that's your energy check-in. If you feel like you're resonating with that, go ahead and stick around. Let's go ahead and look at your boss and your coworkers. I feel like boss's stuff is over here. Coworkers are here. So we're going to start with boss energy. We have Garden Party 16. Embrace the coming of things worth celebrating. Some of you might have a boss that likes to throw parties. Some of you have a boss that's pretty cool, actually, based on what I'm seeing here. Like, they like to throw parties, they like to celebrate your successes and each other. I don't feel like it's like those stuffy parties where you go and have to like impress them, or you feel like stressed for the rest of the year. Like, I feel like they actually just like to cut loose and have a party. But I feel like they're classy. Like, they don't get like tanked or anything. They're like a warm host is coming through with this card. Some of these might be for just one person. Some of these might be for many. Just take what resonates and let it go. For the rest, general reading. Okay. Grabbing. We have blessings. This person was blessed with a nice chest. Some of you feel like your boss is a blessing to you, so that's nice. I just dropped your card. I'll go get it. Yeah, I'm feeling good vibes about the boss so far. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna go get it. That card is way far away, y'all. So your little, what was it called? Number 16, Garden Party. Your boss throwing little parties and being awesome. Okay, these are coworkers. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these for your boss as well. Nope, we got it. Okay, so we've got this one for boss. Okay, I'm gonna cover up boss with their animal energy. So let me grab that real quick. Coworkers. Okay. For boss energy, we got 41 with Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Yeah, I feel like you guys have a really nice boss. So if you're like, that doesn't resonate, and you want to see if some of your coworker energy does, you can. If you want to bounce, I thank you for staying this long. But if this felt significant to you, I feel like there are messages still for you overall. And there is still some boss energy to look at. So I'm still feeling really nice positive vibes for boss. We got 41 here. And yeah, just very supportive and kind. So anyway, good positive boss energy so far. So we're now going to look at your boss bunny energy here. Yeah, this card is like, it says desert, but I see this bunny like making it all green and cultivated and beautiful. So it's like, I feel like they're creating this beautiful space. So I'm still getting good vibes for boss. Okay, let's set these right here for now. Let's look at the animal energy real quick. I know those are, we just did that one, Nightingale. I'm losing my mind. This one is the one I'm looking for. And then this like rabbit energy. Rabbit's foot. Yeah, rabbits spend a lot of time underground, and because of this, Celtic tribes believe these creatures could communicate with gods and spirits, making them a lucky animal. In totem, the spiritual connection between humans and living things. A rabbit's foot was even believed to be a phallic symbol, bringing good fortunes, fertility, and prosperous harvest. Over time, the symbol has garnered more rules. The legend that the back left foot is the luckiest. Carry a synthetic rabbit's foot, like a keyring for luck. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the boss energy has been solid across the board that this is a positive boss. So either you just didn't have, if you have a horrible boss, you either just didn't have the boss energy with this one, or you may be in the wrong group. Let's just see what your coworker energy looks like here. Okay, I want to look at their animal energy first. I feel like most of you have more than one, but Canary spirit, sing your own song. Number 12, 59. Starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. Okay, so it feels like a mix. Like I feel like obviously with the canary spirit that there is that tendency for there to be like kind of like gossip, because I do feel like there was this kind of feeling of stealth or protecting yourself in this environment, and so I'm not discounting that. I do feel like some of you have like some awesome coworkers that are very adaptable, very awesome, very mature. The 12 number I did hear somebody be like, what are you, like 12, kind of situation. And so I do feel like there is a mix, so if you have some gossipy ones around you, this would be a confirmation that you're in the right place. But you also have some awesome people around you. Some of the energies that are coming through is like, this could be a bit of a performative type atmosphere, with the fancy parties and the boss that's very accommodating and seems to be very like loving and caring. It feels like some of you might work in a very prestigious, like performative type operation, like music or other type of performative art. I don't know, like fashion, possibly. Lots of different personalities bumping up against each other, young versus like older, more experienced people. But like the status is all kind of the same, might be competitive, might be some gossipy stuff going on. So that's the kind of stuff that's going on with your coworkers that I'm seeing. Any type of work where there's lots of personalities bumping up against each other and lots of like age gaps are a thing. I'm not getting like a ton of like I did get like a fast food kind of area, or like an eatery type cafeteria or fast, quickly prepared food type setting. Did come through for some, but I mean that's very specific flash of something. Again with a performative type artsy kind of thing, and then I also see like educational, maybe even like a healthcare type situation. Some of you might live near the ocean. This is just more confirmation that you might be in the right spot. Okay. Some of you might really be dealing with like a very, very annoying personality at work that's a young or immature type energy. Either they're very young or they just act very young because they're that immature, is definitely coming through. And that kind of wrecks the vibe of even having like a nice boss. The boss might be too nice in some cases. If you hear my cat yowling, I apologize. But he's a lucky one to hear. He's a lucky one. If you get Atticus in your reading, it's kind of like you have to be real about something. He's bringing in the hard truths. That can always be difficult. Okay, let's see what else about your coworkers here. We have protection. I think your guides want you to know, like if it's a gossipy setting, like you have protection against that type of thing touching you or affecting you in a way that would harm you in some way. Okay, so that makes me also want to look at your luck with your coworkers. And you got the egg. If eggs represent fertility and rebirth, they can also ward off the evil eye and are associated with Easter in the Christian tradition. In China, eggs are associated with beginnings and sorry. And parents may hold a party at which they serve red dyed eggs to celebrate their child's 1 month or first birthday. If you crack open an egg and it has a double yolk, some believe that someone you know or even you may soon become pregnant. So remember, this was not an Easter thing. You guys actually got that from luck of the draw. Okay, so protect yourselves if you don't want to have a baby during this time. Some of you might have coworkers who are pregnant right at this time. And like maybe that person that's very immature, maybe they're pregnant and they're like, everybody caters to me because I'm pregnant. Boo hoo hoo, right? That's kind of coming through for some. I'll put your boss stuff over here. And your boss is kind of a softie in some cases. They might not stand up to this person. Let's see what else your coworker energy is showing. Yeah, 28 shadow. I do feel like there's less positivity with the coworkers than there was with the bosses in this group, for sure. So that's definitely coming through. But your guides are definitely showing that protection energy of like it not affecting you in some negative way, that you have luck on your side. We also have your overall career energy here to look at if you're looking to make a change still. So stick around. Let's see. Creating altars, number 9. May you be reminded of the altar within, where the truth of your magic holds all you seek. Yeah, your guides are saying that you have the ability to protect yourself as well from any negativity from your coworkers during this time. We have mushrooms, 25. Your resilience is unwavering in the pursuit of anything that may come your way. So yeah, if you're looking for change, if you're looking to go someplace where maybe you have like a positive boss and positive coworkers, it's okay to want it all, right? I completely understand. Completely. Like, it's nice to have a nice boss, but at the same time, if your coworkers are driving you nuts, then there's that to think about, right? Or if you're just thinking that maybe it's time to move on, time to move towards something else, that's okay too. Let's look at your overall career energy. Let's look at animal first. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Okay. So some of you that are looking at change, I think that some of you, your guides are kind of giving the nod towards sticking with the place you are now out of loyalty. So like if you do decide to leave, doing it in the right way, giving plenty of notice, etc. and so forth, not being rash or impulsive, and trying to remember like what they did for you in the past that was like positive. Some of you have your best friend at work. That might be something to think about, right? So it might be hard to leave like your best friend. Is it worth staying because you have your best friend? Those are all things to kind of consider. Your guides are definitely throwing that out there. And I understand that that's hard. 100%. So, and we'll get into it with some tarot here pretty soon. Okay. We have familiar. Yeah, it's hard to leave what's familiar. Understood. But your spirit guides are guiding you. If it's time to leave, you're going to have ample warning, and it's going to become abundantly clear to you. Let's look at your luck. You have the acorn. In Norse culture, oak trees were considered the symbol of protective might, as legend has it. They were sacred to Thor, a god associated with thunder and lightning, because they could withstand being struck by lightning. The acorn was granted the same power and was placed on windowsills as a gesture of respect for Thor, and to protect the house from lightning. Okay, acorns symbolize good luck when it comes to health as well as fertility and prosperity, since from these small seeds grow mighty oaks. Place an acorn on a windowsill or carry one with you. That's kind of interesting. I've never had like a lucky acorn experience, but my mom had one that actually saved her life. So just that being extra confirmation that acorns are lucky for you. Go ahead and take that. Okay, we also have this little, I don't know, is it a little lantern? Sorry, yep, red lantern. Okay, the Sacred Emperor of the Eastern Han Dynasty, 25 to 220 Common Era. Mingdi was an advocate of Buddhism. He ordered the inhabitants of the imperial palace and citizens to light candles and lanterns to worship Buddha and dispel the darkness. This evolved into Chinese Lantern Festival, which takes place on the 15th day of the first lunar month. Where am I? All month long, a national holiday. Okay. Not only do the lanterns attract luck, but they also bring happiness, vitality, and wealth into your life. Make or buy your own red lantern and hang it up. Okay. So I feel like your guys are showing that if you decide to leave your place of work, if you decide to go somewhere, that you will find someplace else that you have all the tools that you need to make it. But they're saying to just make sure that your coworkers and your boss get the respect they deserve as far as like you leaving on professional terms. Okay, whatever that means to you. To me, it feels like not leaving too soon or too rash, right? Finishing things off, perhaps finishing the quarter or whatever you call it, right? Finishing your contract for the year or however you want to look at that. And then also get your ducks in a row to leave if that's what you're doing, right? But they show that you'll be honored if you leave this way, and that it'll like build good luck and good karma for you if you do it that way. So some more advice about your career overall. We have floromancy. It's like flower magic. It's time to escape all of the noise and become a big giant thumb. Become still with the guidance that is pulling you inward. Number 14. Yeah, your guides are saying to take your time and think things through before you like leave, right? Before you jump. We have spring equinox, number 39. Spring showers wash over you, revealing a decision awaiting its flowers. Yep, wait before you make that decision. Get your little eggs in one basket, right? Save money, look around. Spring hike, number 40, a horizon of possibilities welcomes the curiosity of your soul. And research is what's coming through with that card for you guys in advice, okay? I feel like some of you might look like these people in the cards. I said that before about this one, but I feel it with these as well. Alrighty, or you might know somebody that looks like these people in the cards. All right, we're going to get some tarot. Spirit, any advice that you have for group 1 about their career? We have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're saying not to worry about finances. If you're worried about finances, things should go well for you, especially in the long run, right? Like when you look back on your career and your life, I feel like you're going to be like, I made some good money. 10 of Wands. Where's that 10 of Swords? Ooh, hang on. 10 of Swords. Feeling stuck. Okay. Also feeling like maybe effort put in somewhere was not worth it for some of you in some cases. And this one came out while I was looking up and making sure I got the suits right. We have 10 of Cups. Okay, that's finding your home. That's finding harmony. You know, if you were like getting married, that'd be like the perfect couple card. If you're looking at career, that's like the perfect job. Finding your home job, your soul job is something that, so don't worry about what's going to be lost, I guess, is what your guides are saying with that. You guys are on track for something really awesome. Either your job is going to get awesome, or you're going to move on to an awesome job. That's a very, very clear message coming through for everyone with that tarot. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, save your money, do your research. You can leave honorably and professionally. You don't have to rush. Queen of Cups, you're going to be emotionally content. It's all looking like pretty good, y'all. Anything else, spirits? We'll just take the two that ended up on the table, please. Yeah, trust your intuition. You're on the right track. Eight of Pentacles, you're going to be rewarded for your hard work in the end. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box, my friends. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, group 2. So if you picked the little bunny rabbit duo, some of you might be parents. So just so you know. And if that's the case, you might have some messages in group 1, just in case. You might want to check that one out. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your, not tarot first, your oracle cards first. We're going to do an energy check-in with you, make sure that you're in the right place, and then we're going to get into your boss and coworkers over here. And then we're going to get into your overall career energy here. And then we're going to do tarot to clarify and just get some more advice and info from your guides. And then we're going to bounce. So let's start with some animal energy first for you. Bunny rabbit energy. This is just anything to help you know that you're in the right place. You picked the right group, that your guides got through to us and gave you messages. Okay. And we're going to do the same for your boss and coworkers. These usually come more in the form of advice, but we'll see how it goes for you. All right. Let's go ahead. Take a look at your animal energy here. We have 32. That might be significant to you. You might be 32 years old. Hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Some of you might be between jobs or looking for a new job. There definitely was some messages for people looking for new jobs in group 1, so you might want to check them out. Sorry, my table gets away from me. Okay, bunny rabbit energy. Oh, goodness. Familiar, number 6. Yeah, I feel like some of you have kids. And the unknown. And some of you are just getting started in the workforce in some way, or some of you are just starting looking for something. You may have just finished school of some type or gotten some type of certification done. And now you're like, what's next? It's definitely coming through for some of you. I just heard the name Rebecca. Let's look at your luck. You got the egg. Egg represents fertility and rebirth, can also ward off the evil eye, and are associated with Easter and Christian tradition. In China, eggs are associated with beginnings, and parents may hold a party at which they serve red-dyed eggs to celebrate their child's 1 month or first birthday. If you crack open an egg and it has a double yolk, some believe that someone you know or even you may become pregnant soon, so be careful there. Or some of you might be pregnant. Okay, have an egg for breakfast to set you up for a lucky day. You might use eggs in your decor. You might be watching this around Easter time when I'm filming it. What's funny about this egg showing up, though, in the Easter readings is that this deck is not just an Easter. It's not an Easter-like deck. It's just a box of luck. So it has lots of different cultural luck symbols in it. So it's just funny that you guys keep getting the Easter stuff. So, because that's when I'm filming it. That's because of all the rabbits that you see, right? Okay. Moving on, we have courage. Some of you, I feel like you're really embarking on this like great journey of change, like this big, like changing career, this big, going from studying this to actually stepping into it for real skis is definitely coming through for a lot of you. We have shortbread at 36. The sweetness of your craft asks that you indulge in the celebration of you. Some of you are having celebrations, like graduation celebrations, certification, commencement ceremonies of some sort. I just heard like bagpipes. So some of you might be celebrating something that they use bagpipes in the ceremony. Exciting opportunity. Some of you might be going off to travel and you don't even know where yet. So like deployment kind of stuff is coming through. Very, very exciting stuff, group 2. So regardless of what kind of career you've got going on, the air around it is like lots of change. So you're either leaving a job or going somewhere new, or you're like starting a career. I feel a lot of like starting careers coming through here. Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness. Sorry, this deck of cards from the last reading had a card come out. So let's go ahead and put that back in. We already told you might have messages in group 1, so we'll go ahead and just trust you to go find that if you wish. And now I want to look at your boss and coworker. So we're going to just go down the line. So skip through this if you wish. Boss, coworkers. And this could be new boss coworkers. This could be coworkers you currently have and bosses you currently have. We'll sort that all out. So show me boss. Coworkers and bosses on the floor over there. I'll finish shuffling, then I'll go fetch him. Boss. And coworkers. Me boss. Ooh, and I'm filling this for coworkers here. Actually, I've done that one too. Okay. And then we're going to do some in-between energy as well. Okay, I fetched your boss's card here, and then we're going to get, just to get the shuffling over with, we're going to get the in-between energy, your overall energy for career for group 2. Feel this tiger. Overall energy for group 2. Oh my gosh. Some of you might be clumsy. Confirmation you're in the right place. Okay. So just take that one right off the top. All right. So that's your in-between energy, your overall energy for your career. Let's look at your boss's energy, you guys. Let's go with animal energy first. You are never alone, otter spirit. It's very clingy energy. I feel like some of you might have like a hoverer, somebody that micromanages or hovers too much or oversees way too often, or maybe even spies on people. They might prize those that they catch doing exactly what they want them to be doing. That kind of energy is coming through. Some of you might just really love your boss and have a crush on them or something. Maybe. Or maybe your boss has a crush on you. That heart is throwing me off a little bit. It's number 42, by the way. Yeah, there is some kind of a romantic connection. Some of you, I feel like it's like you've got a crush on them. Some of you, they've got a crush on you. I don't know if it's mutual between either. I would need to look into that more. So crushes and then also kind of a micromanaging boss. You might have both going on. Hmm. Anything else? And if you don't feel that with the boss at all, just let it go. Like I said, it's general readings. So if you don't have anything with boss, some of your coworker stuff might come up, or some of that stuff might come up over here. So you just gotta take what you get. You have family. Some of you, I feel like your boss like describes at work like it's their family, and you're kind of like, ew, gross. Like this kind of clingy, maybe they have no life of their own is coming through. I don't know how personal that is towards you, or if they just use the whole workplace as that. I'm very thrown off by your boss energy that's coming through here, you guys. It's very besides the crush energy, it's very different. Like some of you that have the crush on your boss has a family, and you feel like there's no chance in heck, and there might not be because there's a lot of like family stuff going on there. Maybe they are willing to, maybe there is a boss here that's willing to sleep with somebody but not leave their family. That's also coming through. There's a lot of stuff coming through. So just take what resonates. Goodness. And I'll try not to dwell too much so that we're not here all day. Some of you maybe that have a crush fantasize about having a family with your boss. Some of you might get the feeling that your boss is that hung up on you. For those of you that feel like your boss is hung up on you, I feel like that it's not reciprocated by you. And then those of you that like your boss and want that sort of thing with them, maybe you don't know what your boss feels. And then some of you know that they have a family, but that they seem like flirtatious with you, or there's some kind of a connection or a vibe. Okay, moving on. If I said something that resonates, then you're in the right spot. Let's see some more boss vibe energy. Cloud 29. Yeah, some of you might think about that person a lot, or they think about you a lot. That's still going along with the same vibes we were looking at before. More confirmation. There might be somebody feeling a bit delusional about where they stand with someone romantically, especially with the ones that are crushing on you and you're not reciprocating. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that you're never alone stalker vibe kind of feeling. Like, I don't know if it's like a, disclaimer. If you feel like somebody's bothering you and they won't leave you alone, you might want to like call the police, please. Okay, disclaimer spoken. All right, moving on. The evil eye. Yeah, and that's about protection. The evil eye amulet, known in Arabic as Nazar, is an ancient good luck charm that has been embedded in Middle Eastern and Indian cultures for thousands of years. The talisman protects the holder from the evil eye, a curse bestowed by a malicious glare, by reflecting it back on the person who cast it, as well as spiritual protection. It also provides good luck. Hang up an evil eye in your home. You also can wear evil eye jewelry. It doesn't have to be this ornate. It can be, something very simple that just has like a circle with another little circle inside of it, but it counts, right? So just, you can get creative. You can trace them with like holy water that you've blessed, salt water that you've blessed, okay? Just anything that helps repel. I feel like some of you might feel like you want protection from your boss, okay? There's also the bottle spell. Put the name on a sheet of white paper, like a scrap, and then sink it in a tiny little bottle of salt water in your freezer, and they will forget all about you. Nothing bad happens to them. It's very handy. Okay, so some of you might want some protection, okay? That's very specific for those that are like getting attention from somebody that you don't want. I don't really feel a message coming through for somebody else with that one, with your boss, okay? And then we have Sacred Circle number 34. A dive into the depths of the unknown within beckons your becoming. More protection energy is what I feel. See how she's holding it in front of her like a shield. I also feel like it's giving me Wheel of the Year vibes, which is like this is a lucky time. So I don't feel like anything overtly bad's gonna happen to anybody because of this like weird boss energy. Okay. Don't worry if you are worried about more messages because of you've got a crush or they have a crush on you or whatever, or you're just looking at a new career that you're starting. Okay. Those of you that are going into it are like, oh my gosh, is my boss going to get a crush on me? We'll get tarot for all of you guys so that you get a more personalized reading. And I feel like that's what the tarot is going to be used for this particular group. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at your coworkers. And again, this could be present, future, depending on your situations. And then your overall career vibe is what we're going to do next. And then we'll get into your individual messages with your tarot. There's also probably going to be more confirmation. If I get more names, I'll blurt them out, though I haven't been hearing very many today. Okay. Coworker energy with animals. We have the scarab, beetle spirit, magic works through you. I feel like this card is kind of like you are above needing to worry about coworkers. Maybe you don't see them very often, or maybe you just are that zen about them and you're not that involved with them. Or you're just above any of that stuff, or I don't know. It feels very much like a detachment from coworkers with this card. Let's go ahead and just get some more. What? You got 2 beetles. Okay, you watched me shuffle these. Let's go ahead and read this card then. Get all our beetle energy out here. The scarab, known as the dung beetle, represents life in ancient Egyptian culture. The life revolves around the dung balls it eats and lays eggs in, and which in turn feed its young, therefore representing the continuous cycle of birth and rebirth. It also is associated with Khepri, the morning form of the sun god Ra, responsible in mythology for rolling the morning sun above the horizon as the scarab rolls a dung ball. Pin a scarab bracelet to your jacket for a boost of luck. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of solitary energy here. So some of you just don't have coworkers. Some of you are just above your coworkers and don't worry about them at all. This is definitely coming through with both of those cards. Some of you like that jewelry, scarab jewelry. This also is coming through with jewelry. Somebody's coworkers might like jewelry and they wear a lot of it. It's also coming through. I'm not feeling a ton of like coworker boss like conflict. So it's like if you're worried about somebody, your guides are definitely saying not to. Like everything is going along the way it should with your boss and your coworkers. If you're crushing on your boss, your coworkers don't seem to notice. If your boss is crushing on you, I would say the same. Because I'm not seeing a lot of prying into your business so far. I mean, we still have some more cards to look at, but that's what I'm seeing so far for some of you. Here we have boundary. Yeah, that Zen, like you have such good boundaries, nobody knows what's going on with you. Interesting. 3 present. Look at this. Okay, let me get my nose under control here. See, that stuffy nose is what April sounds like, my friends. Okay. But yeah, the boundaries and being present. And I'm just seeing this very zen person with your coworkers. Like they don't even gossip about you because you've given them nothing to gossip about. Is what's coming through so far. Okay. Oh, sapphire. That looked like a diamond to me in my brain. Okay. The ancient Greek believed the sapphire was the gem of Apollo, god of prophecy. In later times, such as the Middle Ages, the stone was thought to attract divine blessings, and royalty thought the stone would protect them from harm. Most famously, blue sapphires can bring luck in many areas of your life, including money. If money is no object, buy yourself a sapphire ring. If you're on a budget, wear sapphire blue clothes instead. Yeah, a fun fact, you can get iolites that look very much like sapphires, and they're much cheaper, just so you know. And you might be saying, I've seen iolite, it's purple. They come in bright blue too, Samantha, right? Anywho, yeah, I have an iolite ring that has a very beautiful sapphire colored stone, and people ask me all the time if it's a real sapphire, and I'm like, do you think it is? So, anywho, yeah, I'm just like, you shine to your coworkers if you have them. I'm not seeing any like, but I don't think that like you hang out with them. Okay. I also feel like with this future job energy that you might not be working with people very much. So he's got like a little backpack by himself. Um, I also feel like you're just very invested in your family. Those of you that have family, that you really don't get involved with that kind of stuff at work. And you're just looking to see if anybody had a problem with you. And you're like, clearly they don't. So far, so good. We have community garden number 7. To be in community is to be part of something greater than you could have ever imagined. Yeah, I feel like you are involved in community, and people's impression of you, if you are involved in community, is very high with coworkers and with bosses overall. If you're isolated, I think that they still see you in what capacity that they see you. I think they still like you or are impressed with your work is overall coming through. Let's look at your overall career energy now. 48 porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. Yeah, some of you are just starting off and you don't even know who your coworkers are going to be yet, but I'm seeing that they're going to like you and that you're going to look good to them, or you won't even see them. That's what's coming through for all of you. So if you're not sure what kind of job you're going to get, some of you may be taking on a very solitary position somewhere. Let's see. Good night. Group 2, your guides are like just making it too easy. Look at this. Those of you starting off on career, it's all looking so good, even though I feel like some of you are traveling into new crazy places, meeting new crazy people. It feels like it's going to be so positive that I'm like excited for you. 41 luck. You better just like, if you haven't celebrated yourself enough lately, you better like cut yourself a piece of cake and be excited. And the tiger. We have throughout Chinese history, the tiger has been a powerful symbol of strength and protection. It is one of the 4 fabulous animals, with the tortoise, the phoenix, and the dragon being the others. The king of the mountain not only brings good luck, but also watches over the dead and was believed to have the power to chase off evil forces, hence why its image was carved into tombs. Put a tiger figurine in your porch for luck and protection, if you like. I like those little magnetic things that just sit on top of your door hinges. Have you seen those? You can get them anywhere, and they're pretty inexpensive because they're just like bronze. I bet you they make little tigers. Just saying. I'm not part of a advertising campaign for those. Just something I thought of. Yes, you got the tiger and the lion. Powerful stuff. Your animal energy is really fun with this porcupine and this hawk as well. Lots of luck energy. We have Tea Party 42. An escape is inviting in the enchantments that seek to come alive. I feel like you're going to be celebrating a lot and like enjoying time with people that you meet. Group 2. Especially with this new job energy, it feels like you're going to really fall into alignment with people. All right, so we had like 3 different like perspectives that we were looking at. People that had crushes on their boss, People whose boss has crushes on you, and people that are just starting a new job and wondering about those things. So we need to find out if your boss is going to crush on you or if you're going to crush on your boss. That needs to be found. And then the coworker vibe across the board is like very solid. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. People who have crushes on their boss, Spirit, what advice do you have for them? The Hanged Man. They're definitely saying not to make a move yet. It might be a bad idea to make a move in some cases, depending on what your work rules are. Eight of Wands also shows fast change. Wands are associated with passion. Sunrise. An Ace of Swords. Okay. I feel like some of you might get what you want. Your guys are saying that you don't have to make a move, that it's going to come to you. And that if it's supposed to come to you, it will happen soon and fast. If it's not going to happen for you, the truth is going to happen for you soon and fast. And you'll be able to move forward and accept, right? Or you'll be in it to win it, baby. Gross. I can't say how much I disapprove of this. Okay. Anyway. Okay, next we have... Who do we have? People whose boss has a crush on you. Okay. Yeah, they really think that they have a bond with you. I understand your discomfort, group. A group 2 of 2. Okay. King of Wands. Okay. Five of Swords. Yeah. Some of your guides are saying, like, start documenting for sure if you haven't already, like, all the inappropriate feelings or behavior that you see. And you might have to report it to a higher authority. With this King of Wands here, the Five of Swords would be looking out for yourself by committing those things. You know, have a little color note on your phone, open it up, and just jot the date down and when they did something weird. Just enough to trigger a memory. I guarantee you that you'll be happy that you did. It'll add up faster than you think. And yeah, that's my advice for that particular group of people. Okay. Some of you won't have to worry about it to that extent, you know, other than just like making yourself known. But yeah, I see you all coming out of it okay. All right. Some of you might get to sue and get some money. You never know. Always keep that in your options, my friends, especially at work, you know. It's unacceptable. Okay. And then lastly, what did we have? People that this is a new job. Okay. Big change, but good change with the Death card. Okay. Strength. You're going to be well liked, well respected. I do see some homesickness for some of you. Some of you might have had to like break up with somebody or whatever to move into this position. And your guides are saying that it's okay, that there's going to be healing, but they do understand that the hurt is going to come, and that's just something that's part of it. Okay. But you have all the tools you need to be a success. You're doing the right thing. Anything else, Spirit, for these groups overall? Yeah. You're going to shine in your work fields if you're not already. If you feel stuck, you're not. And your guides will take you out of those feelings and get you the answers that you need. Just trust in them. Those of you that are looking for new job energy, like, get creative, do a lot of research. They're showing. If you're new at your job, get a lot of research done on your new job. What are your rights? What are all those things, right? Same thing with your boss situations. What are your rights? If you got a crush or otherwise, if they've got a crush on you, what are your rights? Okay. But overall, your guys are saying that you're going to be all right. You're going to shine in your career and that you have all the tools you need to succeed. that if you want change, you can have it, that you have the strength to make it through and heal from whatever you've got going on. So overall, the reading is overall positive, my friends. So with that, I'm going to leave you. If this is helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. Good to see you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. So if you picked the little bunny rabbit pentacle star, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, all about your boss and your coworkers. We're going to set your tarot aside. And I'm going to get animal energy for you and them. You might want to fast forward through this because it's going to be a lot of shuffling. Okay, I feel like this is your boss and your coworkers. And this one is you. I also want some overall career energy in the middle, Spirit, if I may. Thank you all. Okay, moving along. Of course, they're being tricky with me. Oh, okay. So make sure these are all in the right piles. Okay. Okay, get some luck for you. Okay. Boss and coworkers. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab some of these bunny rabbits for you, your boss, your coworkers, and your overall career energy. Let's take a look at you first. I want to start with your animal. We have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. You might have some messages in group 2. Because they also got Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. However, they did get a lot of new job energy in theirs. I'm not feeling that so much with you. I'm feeling like that you've been here for a while. But we'll keep going and see what else I get. Prosperity. You're valued at your job. You might not know it, but your guides are showing that you are. I think you do at least know that there's things that you can do with your job and bring to your job that you know that others cannot. So like, you know, kind of, you might have like job security because you know that nobody can do your job the way you can and they know it too. That kind of energy is coming through. We have rainbow for your luck here. We have rainbow symbolizes beginnings and good luck appearing after a storm to prove there's light after darkness. A rainbow appeared after the great flood in the Bible as a promise from God that he would never flood the world again. In Ireland, leprechauns keep their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which therefore symbolizes wealth. And in ancient Japan, the rainbow was believed to be a celestial being, a celestial bridge known as the floating bridge of heaven, that the creators of the world stood on to create land. Look out for the combination of rain and sun to spot a rainbow in the sky. So definitely feeling this like luck, feeling this prosperity, this like ability to get gold. So if you're not prosperous in your job as of right now, your guides are saying that it's on its way. That prosperity is on its way for you. It could be something that you're preoccupied with, that you worry about. That also could be coming through for some. And then for your advice, we have astrological new year number 5. What may have seemed to have an end is just beginning to fully breathe. Okay. So something you thought was over might be coming back to you. I feel like some of you might have thought about leaving this profession and then have decided to stay because you realize that nobody else can do this like you can. That's definitely coming through. Let's look at your bunny rabbit energy here. We have Canyon, number 12. It feels like, yeah, you're looking at this vast, like you're looking at your future. Are you staying or are you going? I feel like most of you have already decided to stay, but there's this like vast expanse or this vast chasm that you need to like bring together. Some of you, I feel like maybe staying in your job to become a boss of some kind, like maybe a supervisor or some sort of promotion, more responsibility. You could just be becoming the boss, or you could have decided that that's what you want to do. Okay, let's look at your boss real quick. We have the porcupine, time for beginner mind. Yeah, I feel like some of you are now the boss. You're the boss. Okay. Some of you have a new boss coming in, and that might be why you were thinking about leaving. It was like, do you have it in you to break in a new boss? Okay. But it feels like the vibe is feeling like you will stay. So that's definitely coming through with the boss energy. So the boss is either new or you're the boss. Okay. We also have courage. Yeah, depending on who the boss is, this new energy, that always requires courage, right? To handle what's being thrown at you, to adjust, to be a good leader. Those are both coming through for that boss energy, whether it's you or a new boss coming in. Luck, we have this beautiful star, North Star. Okay. We have one of the most important stars, the North Star, also known as Polaris, and the Pale Star has for centuries been a powerful navigation tool for explorers and travelers in the Northern Hemisphere. Sailors have long considered it lucky, as a glimpse of it in the sky means they're nearing home. It is one of the most dependable stars, as it appears not to move during the night. When traveling, look out for the North Star to guide you. I also like to look at the North Star for answers. Just answers that I'm pondering in my heart. So that might be something that you do. You look to this night sky for answers to your questions. Sorry, I'm trying to scooch these all in so we can see everybody. Okay. And then we also have wreath making, number 44. It says, adorn your world with spells infused with purpose and craft the life you desire. Yeah, I feel like if you're the boss, you can make this, so many things, right? You can make this like you can make your world what you want it to be, right? You can make this what you want it to be. It's definitely coming through for you. Okay. So that's what's coming through with the boss. And I feel like too, if it's a new boss for some of you, that your guides are saying that you have the ability to, make your boss perceive you in new and different ways. If maybe you want to turn over a new leaf with this new boss, okay? With you being the boss, you can just do what you want. You can create the whole world that you've always wanted, right? We have 43 with deception. Okay, so those of you who have a new boss, they do have this need of courage, and they have that porcupine energy. I feel like your guides show them as being kind of a people pleaser, and that can tend to make them deceive someone else in order to please someone else who's in front of them. So kind of be aware of that. If you're the boss, this deception card is about having imposter syndrome. That you're like, I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I'm in the right spot. I don't know if I have what it takes to be the boss. That kind of energy is definitely coming through. So if that resonates, you're definitely in the right place. Let's look at your coworkers and see who resonates with that. We have Otter Spirit, you're never alone. Yeah, I feel like there's always coworkers around you. There might be a coworker in particular who has a crush on you. That is definitely coming through. Or somebody who's kind of clingy. Maybe doesn't let you have your own space, doesn't let you have your own credit even, is coming through with some of your coworkers. So kind of clingy or crushy, depending on who you are. I'm getting that from both sides. So you might be in like a sitting office area where like your desks are kind of all on top of each other and you can all see what each other are doing. You can exchange looks with people. You're kind of always out in the open. And so, yeah, like everybody not really having like privacy. Like the only privacy you have where there can't be eyes on you might be when you go to a bathroom stall, right? It's like I feel like if you're a guy, you might just go into the stall anyway, just because you don't want to be in everybody's sights again, like you are all day long. That's definitely coming through for some of you. Others, you might have eyes on you, like other people's eyes, supervisors, or you might just be in a very communal like type of setting where like you don't really have expectation of privacy anywhere you go. Okay, like schools, hospitals, public eateries, like transit places, like anywhere where there's people around. I definitely see it being crowded. Okay, lots of coworkers around you. Let's see what else is going on with coworkers here. Home. I feel like some of you might work with people from home. I also feel like your workplace might do that whole, oh, we're a big happy family, and like it's actually kind of dysfunctional and you'd rather it not be that way. It could be that you practically feel like you're living at your job right now, or that you're living with your coworkers, or that your coworkers are just like always there and you can't ever get away from them. So it's almost like you live with them more than your own family. Those are definitely things that are coming through for coworkers. What about luck? We have Ladybug, or Ladybird, if you want to call it that. Okay, as tradition goes, farmers used to pray to the Virgin Mary to protect their crops. And when these small red and black spotted insects arrived to eat the pests, they were called the beetle of Our Lady in her honor, which over time was shortened to ladybirds, ladybugs in the United States. The Turkish name is, I don't know, Igur Basegi, good luck bug. I'm sure I butchered that, so I apologize. If a ladybird lands on you, count the spots on its shell to find out how many months of good luck you'll have. How to capture luck. If a ladybird lands on you, you're due for some good luck. Okay. So they eat pests. Good for them. So I feel like your coworkers, for the most part, even though a lot of them are around, one of them might be crushing, one of them might be clingy, I am seeing like overall good vibes for coworkers for the most part. I guess if you're stuck with people more than your own family, they would be good people to have around for the most part, is what I'm picking up. Other than like the crush thing and the clingy thing, we'll look at that individually with your tarot. Okay, let's look at some more. We have Sacred Circle, 34. A dive into depths of the unknown within beckons your becoming. So those of you that are the boss now, like some of you might have some, imposter syndrome going on about your coworkers, not sure if they'll accept you, not sure if you're going to do the right things. Those kinds of energies are coming through. For new boss energy, it's kind of like they're a little bit on the outside of like you with these coworkers, because there is a lot of bonding that goes on with the coworkers. I think you guys have a lot of fun together, perhaps, some of you. And so you don't want this new boss to come in and ruin that. If you had fun with your coworkers before you became the boss, you might be worried about something ruining that, like your authority ruining it or something along those lines. Okay. Bunny energy, we have Forest. Number 8, I feel a lot of like community with your coworkers. I'm also feeling like 8 days a week, like you guys just work a lot. You guys are always around each other. Long shifts, stressful time spent together, but you tend to spend it together well, is what I'm hearing. So good teamwork and energy from the coworkers is coming through here. So if the boss resonated, if coworkers resonated, if you resonated with any of that, then just take that as confirmation that you're in the right place. It is a general reading. Not everybody's going to, resonate with everything. So let's look at your overall career energy. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. And you got that courage with the lion earlier with the boss energy. So yeah, being generous of spirit, being that boss that you would have liked to have had. The number 37 may be significant. We also have the numbers 32, 42, and 48. 34, 44. 5, 12, 43,
So just in case those numbers stand out to you in any way. Yeah, being that boss that you want to be, being that boss you want to see, right, is definitely coming through. If your boss is new, they're saying to go ahead and give them, a little bit of a grain of salt, right? Because they're new and they're trying to fill big shoes, or they're trying to come into this very, very tight-knit, family-oriented crew, and they're not exactly sure where they stand with everyone. That's definitely coming through. Okay, squish that up a little bit. We have manifestation for your overall career energy and freedom. Yeah, I feel like this new boss gig for some of you is going to bring you more freedoms than you thought you were going to have before, right? I also see a little bit of a cage around some of you. There's going to be certain things you can't do now because you're the boss, right? Certain things you can't do around the new boss. That's coming through. But they're showing so much about this making it what you want it to be, whether you're the boss or this is a new boss. Either it's a turning over of a new leaf, or you're turning over a new leaf because you're the new boss, right? It's really good cultivating energy that you can turn this into something really great that you want. Okay, and be generous to those around you that are going through changes as well, and really aim for the top of what you want, because you are in you're in an area of where you could get it, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at your overall advice. We have what the shiz? What? Well, if you guys need more confirmation, there it is. You got the rainbow card, number 32. Take a breath, be still in your heart, and believe in what dreams may come. Yeah. Believe that what you want is going to happen. That this isn't going to be a bad boss. This is going to be a new awesome boss, right? That you're going to be a new awesome boss. That the workplace is going to flourish. Okay. For luck, we have bamboo. Lucky bamboo, not going to try to read that, has been used for centuries in Feng Shui, the Chinese system of creating harmony and balance in the home. Anyone who receives one as a New Year's gift will experience good luck during the forthcoming year. So lucky bamboo makes a great housewarming present. The type of luck the plant attracts is said to depend on the number of stalks it has, and 9 is the optimum for overall good luck. So have a lucky bamboo plant in your garden or your house, or give one as a gift. This is pretty much saying that you're already born lucky in this situation. You already have what you need to manifest this into something great. And so you guys are saying to just not hold yourself back by limiting beliefs, basically. That's what they're telling me. This is a lucky time for you. This is when things are going to turn up roses, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You might be rewarded for all the hard work you've done up until now. Is also a message that's coming through for you. So let's look at your overall career energy with this bunny card. Future. Look at that. Number 4. I got 4 of Wands vibes. I got 3 of Wands vibes, balance, standing on the precipice of something great, new beginnings. Feeling good, being the boss. Oh my goodness. Okay. So before we get too far into your tarot, I did want to ask about the coworker that has a crush on somebody. I also wanted to ask about the clingy coworker. So we're going to get that out of the way first. I see the clingy coworker first. I want to get some information on them. The clingy coworker. I'm already getting that this is somebody who emulates you, somebody who admires you, but they can't do their own thing. Yeah, Page of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. This person admires you, okay? They admire you. This is the one that's not crushing. This is just one that emulates you. They want to be like you. They might even adopt your mannerisms or your dressing style, which I feel is very uncomfortable for you. I feel this person is very socially awkward. Probably didn't have a lot of friends growing up. The Strength card and the 4 of Swords. Yeah, they feel tongue-tied and they have a hard time communicating with others, but you're just so strong and outgoing, and they think that you're popular, and they think that you're, the big man or woman on campus. That kind of, you're the popular kid that they want to be friends with to elevate their own status. I can see why that would be kind of obnoxious. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's a needy energy. I feel like they can't come up with their own ideas. I feel like they, when they're away from you, they talk about you to their friends and family. Like, they might talk about you in a sense that they're closer to you than you actually feel to them. Like, their family and friends might think you're like their bestie, but like you've really only like talked to them by the water cooler or whatever. That's definitely coming through. What should they do about this person's spirit? Yeah, there's not much you can do unless they're like breaking into those bonds of, harassment, that kind of thing. So document that person, jot down when they approach you. You might have to say something to them and try to remember that that's your right. It's not your job to like be somebody's best friend at work. That's something that I always had to like deal with at workplaces. It's like there was always that socially awkward person that wanted to be my friend, and it's like, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you if like you were socially awkward or you didn't have a good time making friends. I had a hard time making friends when I was a kid. The difference between that energy and this energy is that this person's very clingy. Like they dress like you, they adopt your mannerisms, they borderline obsess, right? They might try to corner you for your time or expect you to give all your time to them. They might get jealous if they see you talking to another coworker. That kind of energy is also coming through. So it's like, it's not just somebody that is like kind of a loner and, they just don't fall into the big man on campus, like trendy scene. Like, it's not like that. This is like somebody who's like troubled. Okay. I don't feel like they're a danger to you. I just feel like they're annoying. And they might be a lesson to you to have to like kind of take that King of Swords energy and be a little bit blunt. And I know that that can be very uncomfortable. And it also can kind of like make other people think that you weren't being polite, right? But you're really just setting boundaries. Like, it's not up to you to have to deal with other people perceiving you in some way like, oh, you're unfriendly because you didn't like hang out with that person and let them sit in your lap all day, right? Like, that's gonna happen. People are gonna, oh, you're mean, like it happens. And that if they're doing it more and more, then that's a boundary that they are all trying to break. And it's important that you stand up for yourself and your comfort level. It's not your job to make sure that person has a friend. You guys aren't there to socialize, you guys are there to work, right? So definitely some boundary stuff going on with that person. Okay, so that's the clingy coworker. Now I'm going to put these back in and I want to look at the coworker who has a crush on you. Some of you, if the coworker crush is a boss crush, there might be some messages for you in group 2. Okay. Or if you have a crush on your boss, definitely. Okay, so let's look at this coworker that has a crush on group 3. This coworker who has a crush on group 3. Oh boy, do they. You're like the whole package to them, like physically attractive. They admire you on a spiritual level. Yes, they think that you've met at this time and place because it means something. I feel that many of you are going, no, 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 no. So if this is a crush that you're not reciprocating, that you're very painfully aware of, then you're definitely in the right group. Because that's what I'm getting is like a clingy feeling as well, but this one's romantically geared towards you. What else about this person? Yeah, this person tries to talk to you a lot. They try to find excuses to come talk to you. And they tend to insert themselves into any area where you have conflict to try to save you. They might stick up for you in meetings even when you do not ask them for that help. They might start conflict with people that they feel oppose you in some way. And I feel like their behavior around you is causing conflict in your life. Like, you don't like it, you don't want it there. And you're not sure what to do about it. Okay, what else, Spirit? You guys are saying that it will balance out. You might have to document and go to HR. I feel that for both of these clingy coworkers, it's like they need to mind their business and realize that they're in a professional setting. They're not there to make friends or lovers, right? Yeah. And it's causing you to fear the future. Your guys are saying, don't worry about the future, that you have protection and you're going to be okay. But you might need to document and go to somebody higher up to be like, This needs to stop. Okay, especially if you're uncomfortable talking to that person yourself, like that King of Swords denoted, you might have to take that King of Swords energy to somebody higher up and have them be King of Swords for you, depending on how inappropriate the situation has got, depending on your individual situations. Okay, goodness. Yeah, when somebody inserts themselves into your lives like that, it's very important to, set those boundaries, because some people just don't understand. Some people just take, and there's no getting around it, Some people just never will see you for what the situation really is. They only see you for what they want you to be, what they want with you, right? Oof. Okay, let's look at new bosses, new boss energy. Some of you that are the new boss have that crush, and you worry about that. Okay, so be the boss and, watch the videos where they're like, what to do if your subordinates get a crush on you, and follow it by the book. That's what I would suggest, because that takes the emotion out of it if you just follow the book. Get out your manuals. Look through what you need to know, what's going on, right? Okay, so new boss energy. Show me something for them. We have Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Moon. Trust your intuition. You've got this. Your imposter syndrome that's coming through is very thick. You've got this, or you wouldn't have gotten the job. This wasn't a mistake. Okay, they didn't just give you this job because you were there longer or whatever. They did this because you're actually the one for this job. Okay, not just the people in charge who put you there, but the universe has put you there as well. You've put yourself there. Okay, you're going to have to juggle a little bit. It's time for beginner mind, like the porcupine said. But you're moving forward. You're moving in a good way. And this doesn't show me somebody who's struggling to juggle. This shows somebody that's mastering it. Okay, somebody who's emotionally content with where they are, and somebody who can trust themselves. Somebody who has the magic to pull this off. Okay, so let go of that imposter syndrome. And now I want to look at the new boss energy. Show me this new boss. The Hierophant, okay. And Temperance. Okay, so this person's actually showing some pretty good balances, even though they're new and they have imposter syndrome, right? I feel like you do have that little bit of deception in there. I feel like there is that people pleasing that does kind of throw that off balance a little bit. And I want to see what yeah, put yourself first. Even though you're being gracious to them because they're new, and you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, and you're giving them that, right? You're giving them that little bit of grace. They're saying that they're still the one in charge, that they were put there for a reason because they're supposed to do certain things a certain way. Take care of yourself first. Don't throw yourself under the bus for them if they screw up. Don't rescue them. They need to learn. Okay, so that's definitely coming through with that energy as well. Okay, Spirit. So overall, can we just get some overall energy for everyone? This could be names that come up. This could just be situations that help you realize you're in the right place still. I feel like some of you want this so badly to turn out okay, and you're so worried it won't, but your guides keep showing double rainbow, Come on now. Yeah, the High Priestess, you can trust yourself. You can trust that things are going to turn out okay, that the good news that's coming forward is correct news, okay? Oh. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Excellent. Knight of Swords, just keep communicating, moving forward, speak your truth, no matter if it's uncomfortable or not. You are moving in the right direction, even when things slow down. And you have a bright future. Okay. These came out too. We have Eight of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. Walk away from the stuff that's not serving you. Those self-limiting beliefs. Okay, walk away from those. This is actually moving in a good direction, so walk away from doubt. And with that, I'm going to leave you. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group 4. So if you picked the bunny rabbit, some of you might have piercings, or you might be a piercing artist. You might make jewelry from hand. Who knows? But some of you might be into edgier things. Edgier music, edgier lifestyle, whatever. That's definitely coming through with this edgy bunny here. Okay, so before we get into your edgy bunny tarot cards, if you've ever watched my holiday videos or videos that I make around this time of year, you'll see that deck and that charm come into play quite a bit. So we're going to look at your boss and your coworkers. I want to start with you and get some overall energy just to check in that you're in the right spot. So Spirit, give me animal energy for this group 4. Oh, and I'm going to do it for your boss and your coworkers as well. Give me the boss and coworkers. If you want to fast forward through this shuffling, you can. Boss, coworkers, you have more than one there. And then overall career energy in the middle. Okay, then we have group 4's energy, please. Energy checking for group 4. Energy check-in for their boss. Energy check-in for their coworkers. And overall energy for their job in general. Okay. It's funny, I knew that clover was going to pop out eventually. Okay. Now I want to look at you again. Group 4. Group 4's boss. Group 4's coworkers. Group 4's overall. I feel like that's a coworker as well. And group 4. Group 4's boss. Group 4's coworkers and group 4's overall. Okay. And then your bunny energy. Group 1. Sorry, group 4. I don't know why you guys are group 1 today. Boss and coworkers. And overall. Okay. All right, group 4. Let's look at you first. Ooh, the Swan Spirit to take time for a deep dive. Oh my. 60. So you guys are definitely looking at job stuff. Okay, there is one specific thing coming in. Some of you might be retired and you're thinking about coming out of retirement, like John Wick. Maybe not that particular vocation. If you've seen John Wick, you'll know why I'm laughing. Like, I don't think you're an assassin. Maybe you are. I guess you can't tell me in the comments section, can you? Or if you told me, you'd have to, yeah, don't do that. Don't tell me. But yeah, I feel like some of you might be coming out of retirement or going back to something that you thought you left behind. Okay. That is definitely coming through. Let's see if something else is coming through. I'm also getting like a ballerina. Ballerina vibes. So some of you might be dancers. So you might have thought you were done with dancing and now you're coming back into dancing somehow. Maybe not to dance on a stage, but maybe to like teach dance or something along those lines, like big projects that are kind of different from what you did before, but like what you did before has prepared you for this. Okay, that's another message that's coming through. Dancers coming out of retirement, those don't necessarily have to be the same. What else? Spirit is coming through. You've developed into something beautiful when nobody thought you would. That's also coming through for your career energy. So it's like you surpassed expectations that were placed on you, limitations that were placed on you. I keep hearing you have the golden egg. So like you might come from money, or you might have like a nice nest egg of money. People might associate you with this money. Zoom out just a little bit more. Okay. Some of you might be a very good looking person. That's also coming through. Okay, we have goldfish for your luck energy. So you got another animal here. The goldfish is the luckiest fish, as it as its glinting color adds a glow to your life and encourages wealth and good luck into the home. Goldfish are a type of carp, a fish that is considered very lucky in China. Legend has it that if the carp can swim against the current and leap over the Dragon Gate waterfall on the Yellow River, they turn into a mighty dragon. Oh. Keep a goldfish object in your home to attain luck and tranquility. Golden carp is also, I only know this because I taught a book called Bless Me Ultimo when I was a teacher. And it was very Aztec, ancient Aztec kind of mythology is part of that book. It's a fantasy kind of book. There's magic in it. There's also like people being accused of being, good witches or bad witches, right? It's great. And if you're like, if you're into like Hispanic American lore or Hispanic lore, check it out. It's a good one. But the golden carp in that story was also like a big godlike creature. It didn't turn into a dragon, but it certainly like hung out in like a very mystical like pool. And, if you saw it, that meant you were like spiritually special, right? Like one kid tries to see it and he ends up drowning, like that kind of thing. Like flew too close to the sun. Not that that's going to happen to you. You would be the one that the carp would show themselves to. So you have like some magic abilities as well. You have a connection to the divine, like a connection to your creator or to like whatever beings you think are the most powerful in this world and beyond. So interesting energy for you, group 4. Forgiveness is also coming through your energy. Some of you may have had to forgive certain things in order to come back to this career. Or there's things about yourself that you have to forgive in order to come back or in order to get started. It's like this, like for the dancer crowd, it feels like, maybe you can't dance like you did before back in your prime or something. But you have this ability to forgive yourself for those shortcomings, to come forward and do the dance in a different way. This is very interesting energy. I feel like I'm only scratching the surface of what you guys all do for a living. So tell me what you do for a living in the comment section. Because I feel like if I don't actually say the name of the vocation, I feel like there's still messages here for people that haven't quite fit into what I've said, but they know they're in the right place. And something has to do with forgiving yourself. Some of you have very long red hair or reddish hair. It like matches the color of that fish. Interesting. Some of you I feel like might be in fashion. That you might make clothing or makeup. Some of you might be getting interrupted a lot and it's frustrating you. That's just a little side combo. Okay. But yeah, like forgiving yourself that you're not what you used to be, but you still have something to offer. So that's like a message your guides are saying, that like forgive yourself for not being where you were. That's a message coming through. Some of you have to forgive others in order to move forward with this job. It could be that maybe when you left, maybe your departure wasn't respected or nurtured well enough, and that led to some resentment, some bad blood. Like maybe you were pushed out, and now they're saying, oh, come back. I'm picturing like, this is kind of a roundabout example, but like, for example, like there was always that one person that worked at the school for way too long, right? And every time they'd finally retire, next thing you know, you'd see them back at the school again, and you're like, so-and-so, what are you doing here? And they're like, oh yeah, they want me to do this or coach that, or oh, they need somebody to oversee the whatever, and they just keep getting dragged back. Like there might be some forgiveness that needs to take place between you and these people if you're coming back to something. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We have, she's sneaky, but she's covered. We have Germination 17, trust in the full and fully embrace the emerging path to who you truly are. So yeah, this has to do with your life journey, like this vocation situation. is definitely showing me that you are meant to be where you're supposed. Like if you're coming back, you were supposed to come back. Okay. If you look good in this position, it's because you were meant for this position. Like I see this attractive person, even if you're older, you're still attractive, you're still impressive to people. You've cultivated who you are through like many years of experience. So like I am feeling like an older crowd in this group. I'm not feeling like a young people starting out kind of thing. If that's kind of where you are, group 2 might be where you want to go. But anywho, yeah, I'm feeling like rich experience. Like you're either really good at what you do naturally or you've cultivated it or both. Okay. And then we have the C16. Some of you might be traveling across the sea because of this situation. Or some of you might just be a water baby. Some of you might be a water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You also have that fish. And the swan. And she's standing in the water. Oh my goodness. Some of you are traveling by water. Some of you are water signs. Some of you love the water. Some of you live by the beach. Some of you have a goldfish. Some of you like swans. Maybe you go and feed them. Those are all little hints that you're in the right spot. Okay, I'm also hearing the name Victoria. Sebastian. Somebody here might be bashful. You might be timid or shy, which surprises me with this swan energy. But, you know, you might have that ugly duckling syndrome where no matter how impressive you get, you always have that little piece of that one that wasn't good enough from before with you now. That's definitely coming through. The name Goldie is coming through. The actress Goldie Hawn just popped into my head because her name is Goldie. Not that that's the only Goldie I've ever known. I knew a kid in 5th grade named Goldie who had red hair just like that. She might have been a twin. I think she had a twin brother. Yep. Some of you might be a twin. That might have popped into my head. The red hair is coming through again. Some of you might be Irish in your nationality. Don't have to be. It just popped in there. That clover popped up earlier too. That also makes me feel like there's some Irish people watching. Yeah. What else? The name Bunny is coming through, even though I'm looking at a lot of rabbits right now. And we mentioned some of you might be a piercing artist or have piercings, or you might like piercings. Some of you might have played pirate as a kid, and you might have had like a fake ring that you wore when you were playing pirate. Some of you were really into Pirates of the Caribbean, those movies. There was a point during when those movies came out where it kind of became trendy to be pirates, like dressing like them. Like you had Steve the Pirate on Dodgeball. Like there were people that actually were like that. Like some of you might remember that. Some of you might have cosplayed as pirates. I'm like picturing somebody dressed full pirate watching this. I'm like, what do you mean play pirate? I am a pirate, right? The name Rosie's coming through. Rosie, that name pops up a lot in my readings lately. So there's got to be somebody named Rosie that keeps watching these, or will at some point. Lavender. Somebody might have a pet named Lavender. You might like lavender. You might have lavender colored things in your home. Some of you really like diamonds. I think diamond might be your favorite stone. Diamond's a girl's best friend. Some of you might really be hoping for a diamond. Like you want to own one. Okay, let's look at your boss. Yes, I heard Sebastian. What else? Castiel? Isn't that the name of like that guy in Supernatural that was like an angel? Wasn't there an angel named Castiel that they hung out with? I stopped watching after season 5. Give me a break. But I remember that there being a guy who had a name like Castiel or and I'm hearing Castillo. What is that? Okay. Boss energy. We have otter spirit. You're never alone. I feel like you have a very, very overseeing boss. Let me ask my pendulum. Okay, they're saying no to romance between you and the boss or the boss after you. So if you are wondering about a boss who has a crush or you have a crush on your boss, I think it was pile 2 or pile 1. I can't remember. Watch them all, you guys. But somebody that oversees you a lot. And I did get a micromanaging boss feeling before, but this feels different. This is like more authoritative. Not so much, oh, I gotta look like I know what I'm doing by overseeing everybody. Like, this person knows how they like it and they like to oversee. You're never alone. They're always right over your shoulder watching, right? They're the type of boss that likes to be CC'd and everything. So they know what everybody's up to. It does feel micromanaging, but at the same time, I feel like at least your boss feels like it's necessary for it to be. So this feels like an important job. I'm seeing like people like air traffic control, like where you're like literally you mess up and you could kill people, right? That kind of area. I'm also seeing like law enforcement, somebody who feels like lives are in their hands and they take it very seriously, maybe too seriously to the point where you're never alone because they're right there with you, right? I feel like they're doing it from a place of love for their profession. I feel like they're very honorable about what they do, but you're not getting away with anything with this boss. That's definitely coming through. I'm going to scooch this. Nope, not going to scooch this. Scooch these over so that you can see everything. Those are coworkers. Coworkers, overall, boss. Okay. Let's see what else your boss has to show us. Yep, they live at work. It's funny, I keep getting the same cards, but they're much different meanings this time around, thank God. Yeah, they live at work. They might just never see their house. Work is their house. I'm also seeing like diplomatic, like immunity kind of like, you know, that stupid show. This is the extent of my world knowledge is television shows and movies because I never go anywhere. So like there's this like show I watch called Lioness. And like it's good, but it's also kind of dorky, right? And like all serials are, right? And there's like a character that Nicole Kidman plays where she's like a boss of like the main chick, right? And she does go home occasionally, but she's always like there, you know, ready to go. Even when she's at home, she's talking with her husband about their plans and what's going on in the government and stuff they can't talk about, so they have to talk in code. She very much lives the job, right? That's totally coming through with this home energy. It's like she lives the job, he or she lives the job. They don't get to go home very often. They might not have much of a personal life, right? They might be like several times divorced or never married because they just never had time. You know, those kinds of not much of a private life is what I'm seeing. If they have a private life, y'all don't know what it is. Y'all don't know what it is. See how this like crow is sitting outside the house this whole time? It's like even when they're home, they have this overhanging them. Hiccup. Excuse me. If it sounds like I'm concentrating really hard, it's not. I'm just trying not to throw up. Some of you might have a tummy ache while you're watching this. Or it's just me. Okay. Your boss might have some tummy issues. They're a very stressful life. Nobody else can do what they do. They just keep doing it. Jeez, I feel bad for them. I feel like you don't really have like that close of a bond with them. They probably don't have that much of a close bond with anyone. I feel like they're just very, very like professional. They don't show their feelings. Like they're just always like their head's always in the game. It is that big of a deal to them. Like those kinds of energies are definitely coming through. Okay, shooting star. Legend has it that a shooting star is a soul ascending to heaven, having been released from purgatory. Seeing one means you can make a wish, and a lucky life experience is around the corner. If you see the star to your right, it's lucky. If you see it to your left, it's unlucky. So turn around quickly. That's not part of my culture, so I don't believe in the left one being unlucky. A star's a star. But, you know, it might be something that means something to you. In Chile, you must pick up a stone when you see a shooting star. And in the Philippines, you should tie a knot in your hanky to ensure your wish comes true. Go stargazing for shooting stars. All I'm really getting from this is that your boss feels like, again, with that, it is that important. It is life or death. Like, they take it very seriously. And I feel like they're right. Like, I feel like there is life or death going on. Like, they might be like very, very serious to the point where, like, man, they're serious even when I would prefer them not to be, right? It would just kind of set things down, take things down a peg or two if they would lighten up a little bit. No such luck. They're not going to. They're like, this is the real shiz, right? This is the real deal. So, very hard-nosed person. Let's look at their other energies here. We have Primrose 31, Be Still, and Pave the way for all that you have desired. Yeah. They're paving the way for everybody that comes after them. Like, I feel like national security type stuff, life or death, very, very serious. But I feel like, you know, it is serious. I feel like they are, you know, that if it was you on their table or you know what I mean? That like you would be taking it seriously too. And so they see everybody as like the whole world as their home, or the whole country as their home, or that whole community that they watch over, right? That's their home. That's what they have to protect. Like, every citizen is like their child. I'm sorry for laughing. I feel like they'd be very offended if they heard me laughing. And then we have number 50 with dream. Yeah, this is their dream. This is what they are born to do. They are just steadfast. They have goat energy. Greatest of all time. Also with that like hard-headed, like, I know how it is kind of, you don't want to butt heads with them. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for bosses. Let's look at your coworkers. We have a couple here. We have lion spirit, be generous of spirit. So you have some nice, courageous, nice coworkers. Number 37. You also have people you have to watch your words around because they might repeat. So some gossipies. You gotta have like one or the other, right? It's like that one person, you can trust them with anything, and then you're like, don't even ever sneeze around Sheila or the whole office is gonna know, you know? That's definitely coming through with the coworker energy. Interesting. 45 and 37 could be. I feel like a lot of the people in your workplace are close to the same age. That might be difficult for those of you who are coming back in and you're older. Some of you might be older than your boss, or who will be your boss if you come back, right? Okay, what else about coworkers? I feel like you can handle the gossipy ones. I feel like even if you're not older, that you've been around the block long enough that you can handle it. It's just, you know that that's what you're walking into. You'd prefer not to deal with this. This will be nice, right? Those kinds of energies are coming through. Let's see what else we got for coworkers. We have peace. And blessings. Blessings is a little bit nude. Let's cover up blessings there. Okay. Definitely feeling like you would be a blessing to your coworkers, that you bring peace, you're a peacemaker. I feel like tranquility kind of follows you where you go. So like any type of office-ish, like I feel like if people are gossiping and you walk in, they're going to automatically just kind of shush up. That's nice. That they're not going to involve you in their petty dramas. That's also coming through, that you're going to bring peace to this place. That you're going to be a dream to your boss. Okay, so that's also coming through with that coworker energy. They know that you will be, and they're going to be on their best behavior around you, looks like. Let's look at your luck with coworkers here. We have lotus flower. As the Buddhist saying goes, No mud, no lotus. Lotuses bury their roots in the mud of the bottom of a pond before sending their shoots up to the light and blossoming into beautiful flowers. This symbolizes a person's journey to enlightenment as well as rebirth and luck in social relationships and love. The lotus flower is one of the 8 precious objects of Buddhism, and the Buddha himself is often depicted sitting on the flower. Yeah, you're a Zen person. You're going to be a Zen person in this office. Place a representation of a lotus by the window where it will invite peaceful energy into your home. I say get a live one and tend to it. Just kidding. Like, I would be able to do that. Boop. Okay. Cover her up. Yeah, I feel like you've cultivated yourself to this point. You're just going to automatically demand respect. It's just going to come to you, even from the gossipy gossipers. Okay. You're going to bring peace, and you're a blessing to them, and you're generous of spirit, and they're going to notice that. Okay. I'm seeing all the good things with your coworkers. And then we have Mushroom 25. Your resilience is unwavering in the pursuit of anything that may come your way. Yeah. People are going to respond well to you in the coworker field. They are going to admire you, and all around they're just going to think that you're a wonderful person. Then we have Rain 24. Yeah, you're a good addition. You need to come back. Right? If you haven't left already, then don't ever leave because they need you, right? That's definitely coming through. You're a good coworker. You're a good teacher. You are the full package, my friend. So let's look at career overall for you. We have Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. Yeah, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. If something kind of takes a back seat or gets delayed in some way, your guides are saying not to worry about it. Don't let it frustrate you. Okay. We also have Panther Spirit 44. Reclaim your power. Yes. You're coming right back to where you need to be. Or you're going to where you're needed. Freedom. I feel like with this new stepping in, you're going to find new freedoms, new peace. You're going to bring freedom to others. That's something coming in. So I do feel that weird security sense, like security of the land kind of sense, law enforcement, protection, etc. We have Spring Rain 41. What awaits will water the resilience that evolves amid surrender. Yeah, go with the flow is what that's saying. Go with the flow, my friends. Your guides are on your shoulder whispering to you, telling you where to turn. And then you have Clover. The odds. Now I understand. The odds of finding a 4-leaf clover are said to be 1 in 10,000, which is why finding one is considered so lucky. The 4 sides are said to represent faith, hope, luck, and love. Some people say that Eve picked a 4-leaf clover to take with her when she was banished from Eden, while Celts carried them to ward off bad luck. 4-leaf clovers are most common in Ireland, so this may be where the phrase luck of the Irish comes from. Go out for a walk and see if you can find a 4-leaf clover. The first time I ever looked for a 4-leaf clover, I found one on the first try. You're talking to me, so that means very lucky. Luck coming in, my friends. Lots of luck for you in your job, in your career. And then we have 19 with home. Yeah, you're about to make your job your home again. So that's definitely beautiful. Let's get into your tarot now, shall we? I feel like this is going to be more just confirmation that you're in the right place. I am hearing names again. I hear the name Rebecca. Rebecca is another name that pops up quite a bit in my readings, I've noticed. Yes, Sebastian, that name is coming through loud and clear. Some of you might like the movie The Never Ending Story. There was a kid in it named Bastian. Some of you might have liked people to call you that if your name was Sebastian instead of Seabass or whatever else is short for Sebastian. Yep, Rosie is here again. Some of you like to eat mushrooms. Some of you it is raining where you are, or it's rainy season where you are. Some of you, again, are living by the ocean, or you're near the sea, or you're going to be traveling across the sea soon. A lot of these numbers were significant to ages and dates. What else? Ronnie is coming through, a name Ronnie. Risky. This might be a risky job. Rollover. Something about rollover. I don't know, that might be a term that is only specific to your job. High turnover is also coming through. Some of you have blue eyes or greenish hazelish eyes. This is just confirmation that you're in the right spot. Some of you are a Leo. And then we had the Cancer water signs here. But yeah, Leo is also coming through. I believe that's a fire sign. The 25th of this month, whatever month you're watching, is significant to you for some reason. So is the 31st of whatever month is next for you that has 31 days in it. Sven. Stephen. Okay. Two of Cups. Some of you are in a kind of soulmate relationship, or you're partners with somebody. Like, this person has to be considered every time you make a decision. So this job situation would also involve them. King of Cups. Some of you are the sole breadwinner of your household. And you're also the person who gives the most emotional support. So you're an important person at home as well as at work. Knight of Wands. You are ready to take action towards this work. But you're unsure how to communicate it to your family, particularly your spouse or your significant other, especially if it has anything to do with you moving or moving across the ocean or something along those lines. I just heard re-enlisting, so that's also coming through. The Star. Yeah, you're the star of your house. Nobody can live without you, group 4. Nobody can live without you, group 4. They all need you. Your country needs you, your family needs you, your job needs you. But you're ready to take that leap. You're at the beginning of something great. So that's definitely coming through. Okay, so Spirit, those who are worried about how their family's going to take this news of them going to work in this place, whether they're going back to it or they're starting something new, what do they need to know in regard to their family? Okay, this is a good opportunity. It hurts you too to leave. Yes, the emotions are definitely going to run high. But you know what you have to do. There's not really an option in your mind of like this not becoming a thing. So that's going to kind of lead you to be isolated, at least for a while. Yeah, some of you feel like it might end certain relationships within your family or, you know, in life as you know it, but you're ready to take that plunge and move forward. And good news is coming in regards to this. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's some kind of an answer that's coming that's going to make you feel better about this, particularly about the family situation. This could simply be like, sweetheart, we're going to be making so much money, the kids are never going to have to worry about paying for their own college. You know, that might soften the blow, you know, depending on who your spouse is, right? Knight of Cups, having nice offers. Yeah, and Queen of Cups. Like, that to me feels like your family's going to be emotionally secure even if you do have to go, that your significant other will adjust. Okay, and your guides are saying that as long as you just keep showing them the love, even from a distance, that's going to go a long way for them. Okay. Show me finances with this situation, Spirit. It looks pretty good financially, doesn't it? Yeah, big change, being rewarded, being successful. So if you're hurting for money, you're not going to be for long. Yeah, having victory. Yeah, having enough to give. Yeah, like you said, like I said, like your guide said, having enough to pass on to people. So financially, this is looking super good. I was trying to say stupendous and super at the same time. Stupor. Doesn't sound good, does it? But stupendous does. Money-wise, looking good. So let's look at lifelong legacy, because my goodness, might as well. Lifelong legacy here. Yeah, the Empress. I'm going to leave it there because that's about as positive as it gets. Like, this is a very big undertaking, but it's not just huge for you, it's huge for your family, it's huge for the place that you're going to, and it's huge for the world overall. So it's like you're going to be doing good work. This is what it feels like. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box, my friends. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.